Chief. How are you? All right, put your hands up and give a warm welcome for Rachel.
Okay, thank you. Okay, yeah, it's working. Hello, everyone. Still strong? Still awake? It's been a long day. So thanks for having me today. My name is Kern. I'm not a tech diver. I'm just advanced open water, but I love diving. And I guess 90% of the people here too just love diving here. That's why we're here. So I want to bring you this picture first before we begin. What do you see? Can somebody tell me what do you see from this picture? Lang Loi, okay, that's one. Thumbs up, okay. What else do you see? What is the lady holding? GoPro, wow, Chang, okay. Yeah, basically today we're gonna talk about action cameras and why I stopped using it. Okay, but first, why? But first, action cameras, they are good innovation. They are a very good tool. Let's talk about things we like about action cameras. I like how small it is, and for the size, the quality is amazing. I guess 80% of us are using this for our dives here, right? Including me. What I don't really like about it is that number one, hold on, okay. Number one, anyone familiar with this process? What is this? When you pair your action camera to your phone, right? It takes forever. How about this? When you're done shooting and you want to share those photos online, those videos online onto your stories, what is this? This takes forever, right? Transferring a photo. Thank you very much, yes. And sometimes, you know, the connection breaks and then you're just too tired, you don't want to continue, right? All right. And then you have this. Literally roasting. And that's why today, when we bring a camera that goes underwater that suddenly overheats, it's almost as useful as bringing a Nokia 3110 underwater. And that's why from last year, I stopped bringing my action cameras underwater. All right, let's go. Ooh. Okay. Okay, brief introduction again. So my name is Kern. Oops. Is it playing? No, it's not. Okay, so my name is Kern. I'm a film director from Arts in Motion. What I mainly do is documentaries and commercials for brands like BMW, YTL, A6, and so on. But most importantly, recently, about 3 years back, I started doing documentary and travel content for liveaboards, for hotels, for dive centers. And it really is like a blessing in disguise because, you know, diving has been my hobby, it's been my light-hearted hobby, and never really wanted to be a serious diver. But somehow, the beauty of the ocean and all the technology is available right now, just brought me over into those worlds. So it's such a very, very interesting journey. Yeah. And also, perks of being a travel cinematographer and director, filmmaker. You get to travel to a lot of places like Raja Ampat, like Komodo Islands, like Maldives, with your trip paid by your client. So free trips. If you guys want to have free trips, top tip, be a videographer, be a filmmaker. There you go. All right, thanks. Next. All right. So these are the 3 cameras I usually use casually or sometimes in my professional work. Obviously, we got the big cameras. We got the Naughty cams. We got the Sea Frogs, all big housings for your A7S3s. Of course, undeniably, these bigger cams give you the best quality underwater. And then you have in the middle your RX100s, your Olympus cameras. Relatively small. The quality is not as good, but still okay. And then, of course, 90% of what we're using out there, action cameras, what I just mentioned just now. But my favorite is still back then, okay, back then. My favorite before back then was the GoPro. I mean, or the action camera, or the DJI, right? For very simple reasons, because It's just tiny, it's just convenient, and it's the only way to, just do casual photography. I must thank this device because I heard from someone back then, when you go for diving, people take your photos, the resort takes your photos, and then you want the photograph. You know how much that costs? 500 ringgit. That's crazy for one photo. So this revolutionized a lot of things. You don't have to pay so much. You can, 500 ringgit, you can, if you buy like 4 photos, you already can get 1 action cam. So good stuff. But again, after using action cams for many professional jobs and even casual dives, what I noticed were things that were very annoying is like after every single dive or 2, you have to change the battery. The battery is really tiny, right? But you're in the middle of the sea. You just came out of the water. Your hands are what? Wet, right? Where does the water go if you don't wipe it off? If you're not careful, it goes into the battery compartment. What happens if you're unlucky? Your camera gets fried. And that has happened to me before. And that has made me miss a lot of beautiful shots for my next dive. And then the tiny screen. You can't really interact with a tiny screen underwater, let alone the touch screen, all right? So you're just limited to a couple of like muscle memory buttons to record and stuff. And then when you give your action camera to another person who doesn't use it before, they don't know how to operate, and he won't take the shot for you. You miss a nice shot with the whale shark, you know? And then again, overheating. Okay, we talked about that many times, so let's go. Again, that virtually when you have an overheated action camera again underwater, it's as good as a 3310 underwater. So, but I want to remind everyone one very important thing. Why do we even bring cameras underwater? Okay, 90% of the people out there, why do you bring your action cameras underwater? Instagram photos lah. You want to show off, you want to show, oh, I have a dive just now, you want to show all the cool things. We human beings just love attention, right? We just be honest lah, all right? So what I love to do is, like, we go for dive vacations. We want to update our friends. Oh, I saw this, I saw that. But with the limitations from what I mentioned just now, the footage taking long to transfer to your phone, blah, 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 blah. By the end of all that trouble, you end up looking like this guy. Tired, I want to go for my meal, I don't want to deal with footage transfer anymore. And then finally, unfortunately, your beautiful underwater pictures and photos all end up sitting in the SD card, probably never ever gonna see the day or the surface of the internet ever. That happened to me and my friends so many times. And sometimes for us professionals, we are rushing out of the job, we might just accidentally just erase the SD card and all of our videos are gone. So, oh, too bad, yeah. So, then I was thinking, what if there was a better option, a better device that can solve all these problems? And I thought, hey, wait a minute. I think it has already existed in our pockets for a very, very long time. So in 2021, this happened. There's no audio, yeah. Okay, thanks a lot. Have you guys heard of Kern block? Yes, that is Kern block. Kern block. All right. So yeah, but crucially, what I want to show you is not about the drifting. What if? Can you guess what camera I used to shoot? Okay, now from speaking like this, you already know what I want to say. It's shot by a phone. In 2021, the iPhone 13 Pro Max, when it came out onto market, Apple said, this is going to be close to the default way people are going to start shooting commercials, even movies. And true, somebody even took the iPhone and did some movies. And honestly, I would say of course, it's not as good as like a real cinema camera, but it can achieve almost, I would say, 60 to 80% of what a big camera can achieve on a tiny screen for social media, which is why I thought, why not we put this underwater? I mean, your phone now has 2 to 3 to maybe 4 camera lenses, You got the wide, you got the ultra wide, you got the zoom. Why not put that underwater? This changes everything, right? You used to have to bring a couple of lenses on board the ship, and then when you go down, before that you have to think, okay, what am I going to shoot later? Am I going to shoot something a bit close up, long range, and then you select one lens to go down. You can't change it later on, unless you have a zoom lens, right? This changes everything. When you have 3 lenses, you can shoot anything, almost anything you want underwater. And so with all this curiosity and knowledge, my search for a perfect underwater housing begins. Typed in underwater housing for an iPhone. This is what I came up with, which is something I'm quite surprised, actually. Underwater dive cases for phones actually exist for a long, long time. In fact, there are hundreds of different options over there. But there's one they look very similar, right? You see the big screen and, a box and a big triangle, rectangle around it. But if you pay attention, there's a similarity with all of these. They have buttons. But wait, buttons on a touch screen? What's the point? Buttons on the touch screen. So if you guys have bravely put your iPhone into the sink or the bath before, you shower with your phone and listen to music before. I know you guys have done it before. Yeah, the touchscreen doesn't work, right? Yeah, so because of the way our touchscreens are engineered, you cannot use the touchscreen with water underwater. Hence, you have to have buttons, physical buttons to access the touchscreen. And for me, with that, it makes your iPhone become a 3310 again. It defeats the whole point again. So that's got to be something. But I was lucky because I have other diver friends. They invited me for a dive in Sipadan, and he's like, look, I got a dive case. Why don't you try it out? So I just tried it out. A normal dive case with buttons, just to see how good the phone can perform underwater. And this screen is displaying it a bit too greenish. Just imagine it to be a bit more bluish. But this footage was not by any action camera. It's from the phone. It may not be as good, but I see a lot of potential when I saw this. I mean, I can distinguish all the fish. It's not in a big mess. And most importantly, I can use the wide angle camera and the zoom camera to shoot the close-up of fish or the entire scene. So it was like, wow, game-changing for me. And then I was really impressed. Next. And then I was thinking, you know what? Okay, it's time for me to actually buy my own dive case. So the search continued. And all of a sudden, randomly, I stumbled upon this website. I was a bit skeptical at first. It says you can use your smartphone's touchscreen underwater. And I don't remember hearing or seeing that ever online before. I thought it was a scam, to be honest. But luckily, thankfully, some YouTubers, they did some reviews online, and okay, it was legit. And okay, it's time to pay. How much? I researched it, and I was like, hey, it's not much more expensive, or maybe it's a bit lower than like the normal dive cases for phones on the market. So if I'm being scammed, I'll be scammed less instead of paying the full price of the other, dive cases. So I gave it a try, and
I remember my very
this is what I got.
With a manta ray. It was truly magical. And while I was heading back on the boat, y'all had already seen my dive on my stories. Because everything underwater was shot and uploaded straight from my phone. From stunning wide-angle action to macro marine life, the underwater touchscreen of the Dive C-Touch 4 Max enables my phone to capture and share my underwater adventures the moment I reach the surface. And I don't think anything else can do that.
Okay, I kid you not. It looks like a commercial, right? I actually turned my trip videos into a commercial. Nope, they did not pay me. I wanted to do it myself because that was how impressed I was with the dive walk. The images just like, wow, a phone can do such a thing. So I was like, you know what, I don't care. I'm just going to do a commercial like that. And then that's what you saw. 100% of those footages you saw, the clarity, everything, done by a phone. And all the different compositions, wide angle, ultra wide, wide angle, zoom, all done by a phone. So it was like really impressed me. And yeah, this is how it looks like. It's slightly larger than your phone, of course, because it has to protect it, but it's really durable. I've gone down with it for almost like 50 dives, and it has never leaked on me or failed for me. So it's, in terms of durability, I gave some of my friends, when they are like waiting for the manta rays, they just casually put it on the sand and it didn't break, didn't scratch up and stuff like that. So okay, not bad. Durability-wise, it passes the normal diver durability test. And of course now the touchscreen is a big step up from using action cameras. You can see so much more of what you're shooting. So it's a very enjoyable process. And then one thing I noticed was when I was waiting for the manta rays to come up above me, you cannot move, right? But you want to make sure that you're aiming at the manta rays, right? So traditionally we have to aim and pray, right? Put the camera, or the old camera there, and then you just wait, and hopefully you get something. But with the phone, with a larger screen, I can actually monitor my shot far away, and I don't move. And it's such a game changer when it comes to the shooting experience. So finally, we end up with a fourth category of underwater capturing devices, your phone. But what stands out for me is not just because it can take pictures or videos online. Your phone, the moment it hits the surface, and when there is a cellular connection, a data connection, you are automatically connected to the world. Meaning that if you Instagrammers like to post things out there, if you're fast, it's straight up into the internet. But more crucially, if you are in an emergency situation, you're lost. You lost your dive buddy, right? If you have a cellular connection, just phone and tell your location, or maybe send a location. That saves a lot of time and also potentially lives. Now, some phones even have satellite phoning capabilities. Imagine how the safety of diving has been changed because of this. And traditionally, you cannot use your phone coming up from the surface because you can't even touch the screen, but now you can. So it's a big step up in terms of safety as well. And this is another video that my sister assigned me to shoot. This is for her pre-wedding video. Okay, I didn't get permission for her to post the video here, but
That was pretty good.
who cares, right? So yeah, honestly, I did a little bit of color correction there, but it is still possible with your phone. And I'm not sure if you guys noticed, anyone here knows about cinematic mode on the iPhone? Yes? Yeah. So I used that inside one of the clips there. And it gave it that cinema look, the bokeh, the blurry background. And it was just not possible with a small device last time. But with your phone, your smartphone, and the Divock, that is computational photography is now possible. And all these that I was talking about just now, all the drawbacks, they almost virtually don't exist anymore. Especially the third one. Now, my phone, because of the bigger footprint your phone has, you got a bigger battery, and it manages the heat well, so it doesn't overheat that much. Meaning that I could shoot that short video, not in hours, but in maybe minutes, 45 minutes, 30 minutes. I could concentrate on shooting. I don't have to wait for the device, and then it spoils my creative flow. It just continues. That's why another thing that I'm so impressed about it. Game changer. And again, the real reason why we bring our action cameras down here, 90% of us, is because we can do this, all right? So imagine, what sort of engagements you can have on your social media. For me, what I like about the Divock is because it's not super big and it's very easy to use. So anybody from a really casual diver, someone who just got their license, you want some simple pictures, can straight away shoot, upload, edit all your pictures up there. No other learning curve to use other devices, transferring footage, charging other devices, a separate bag to bring another camera. All these are just gone. Just bring your phone and the Divock settled. Nice. So again, the Divock has changed my diving experience completely. And I think it doesn't stop right there. It doesn't stop just there. Like I mentioned just now, it's not just about photography and videography that you benefit from. Safety, you can call emergency services. Maybe research, coral reef research. It becomes so much easier when you can instantly upload data if there's an app for that, or show your colleagues what's going on. So it really changes the way we think about diving and capturing stuff. And because I'm so impressed, here's another commercial.
This is the underwater world that we love. And all of this captured with the one device that's with you every day. Your phone. Putting a smartphone in an underwater housing is nothing new. But letting you use its touchscreen underwater? That's revolutionary. With the Divock C-Touch 4 Max's underwater touchscreen, your social media gets to see what you just saw the moment you hit the surface. Say goodbye to slow transfers from your action camera. You can select, edit, and share right from your phone with its cellular connection. While your action camera has only one lens to shoot ultra-wide, the C-Touch 4 Max unlocks your phone's 2, 3, or even 4 lenses for normal, ultra-wide, zoom, and even macro, allowing you to unleash your underwater creativity with stunning optical clarity and make every moment epic. You can rely on your phone's larger battery to sustain up to 3 dives with its screen fully on. Say goodbye to water damage caused by wet battery swaps. The C-Touch 4 Max takes advantage of your phone's larger, brighter screen, so you can monitor your shot while still experiencing the authentic view of the real underwater world around you. Fitting nearly all phone models and sizes, Divock's diverse ecosystem of accessories empowers both casual divers, users, and pro enthusiasts to upgrade their dive shooting game. unleash your phone's full potential and unearth the beauty of the ocean with the Divolt C-Touch 4 Max.
Thank you very much. Proudly to say, okay, other than the ending footage and some rather, the ground footage, the non-underwater one, all the underwater footage was shot entirely by phones again. All kinds of phones, iPhone 13, iPhone 15, Asus Zenphones, like the end tagline, this is a celebration of all kinds of the power of phones that we have, the power of what phones can do these days. So, and this guy? I think it's a monumental moment right now because once in a while, a revolutionary product comes along that changes everything. Personally, I'm not paid to say this. I think this is the moment. This is the revolutionary moment in diving, picture and video capturing for diving, and maybe diving in general. So yeah, that's why I don't bring an action camera underwater with me anymore. Thank you very much. Follow my Instagram.